August 25th, 2022. Halfcast 340, episode 340. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Florida toddler fatally shot himself after finding gun in toolbox. One of the key focus points of having a firearm in a household should always be accessibility. How easily accessible is this weapon to the owner or other members in the household who understands how it's supposed to be used, what situations it's supposed to be used in, but also who's not intended to get a hold of this firearm, including children and quite possibly burglars who can get the gun and use it against you in your own household, because having a firearm in a toolbox is the equivalent of having a key under the doormat. A Florida toddler died Wednesday after he found an unlocked gun and was playing with it when it went off. Police said they do not know the difference between a toy and the real thing. Gainesville police responded to the home at approximately 6 p.m. after receiving reports of a shooting involving a 3-year-old. Detective Sergeant John Pandak told Newsweek the child obtained the firearm from an unlocked toolbox inside the home. That's two. So an unlocked gun in an unlocked toolbox. Police said the child was playing with the gun when it accidentally went off. It was obviously unlocked and he was able to get to it, so it wasn't in a place that was appropriate for a child. Pandak said exactly. It's fair accessibility. It's fair to say between him and the other kids in the house, they were playing with it. According to the Gun Violence Archive, an estimated 1,022 individuals have been unintentionally shot by firearms in 2022, with 12 incidents recorded on January 1st. The archive also estimates that more than 820 children younger than 11 years old died from unintentional shootings in 2022. According to police, the toddler was home with two other juveniles who witnessed the incident. While neither parents were home, Pandak confirmed an adult was at the residence at the time. Most likely, that adult on the premises had absolutely no idea there was even a firearm in the home, let alone right under everyone's noses inside of a toolbox. The child was transported to a nearby hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. Police said. Pandak said no charges have been filed and that the adult that was home is cooperating with police. The investigation remains active. Next up, Washington man meeting up with woman from dating app held hostage, robbed at gunpoint. You got on your Old Spice, your Clark Wallabies, your gas station bouquet of roses. Love is in the air. You thought a first date for a Washington man meeting with a woman from an online dating app turned into a terrifying hostage situation in which he was allegedly robbed at gunpoint, stripped naked, and threatened with his own nude photos. Not the unsolicited penis pictures. That was episode 262. I caught an article where a young lady lured a man off of Instagram to an apartment building in the Bronx, and as soon as he got to the apartment, some guy snatched him up, stripped him naked, threw him in a bathtub, tortured him, contacted his family. We want $100,000. And throughout that whole ordeal, I don't think he physically seen that woman's face not one time, because that's not the art of the con. The art of the con is to get someone at X marks the spot and the goons take it from there. The 30-year-old victim, who was not identified, met the woman on the app Plenty of Fish. Not POF, where she posed as around his age. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department said in a release he went to an apartment complex in Parkland, a suburb of Tacoma, Saturday for a hopeful first date. But instead, he was kidnapped and extorted. Authorities said, "This is not how I wanted it to turn out at all." Just 5 minutes after he arrived to the date's apartment, a man emerged and pointed a gun at him, the sheriff's office said. Oh, you know she was whispering a whole lot more than sweet nothings in his ear to get him that fired up to go out there. The man ordered the victim to take his clothing off and hand over his money. After he stripped his clothes off, a female suspect at the apartment took photos of him. No. Getting stood up, robbed, and stripped naked, any one of those things alone is absolutely horrible. But no, that's not it. Now they want you to take photos. Watch the birdie. Night of horrors. Night of horrors. The pair then demanded the victim unlock his cell phone and transfer $6,000 to their account using an app, but the transaction was flagged as fraudulent and failed to go through. Officials said the suspect forced the victim to attempt several other transactions via various apps, going as far as posing as the victim over the phone to unlock the account. The sheriff said the victim was finally released after 3 hours, but the suspects threatened that if he told anyone about what happened, they'd release his nude photos to everyone in his contact list. Imagine sitting there ass naked, still trying to salvage the date. Tell me he's making you do this, baby. This isn't you. This can't be you, baby. Blink once if he's hurting you. Still, the victim reported the incident, and deputies worked with them to identify the suspects using social media apps and other means, the sheriff's office said. The following day, deputies arrived to the same apartment on a domestic violence assault call, and when they arrived, they recognized the male suspect from the date-turned-robbery. How much you want to bet that that woman was that man's girlfriend or wife or partner in some sort of way, and he was over this woman's shoulder watching her reel him in the whole way? Deputies proceeded to try and take the suspect into custody and saw the suspect reach for a gun inside his pocket. The sheriff's office said deputies were able to place him in handcuffs. Once in a patrol car, the suspect was not cooperative. He moved his handcuffs to the front of his body and broke the interior door panel of the car in an attempt to escape. And he's coming for you, buddy. He know you told. And broke the top of the seatbelt fastener to use as a tool to help him. The sheriff's office said the man, 22, was charged with robbery, kidnapping, extortion, unlawful possession of a firearm, and malicious mischief, all in the first degree. His bail was set at $125,000, authorities said. The female suspect, 19, was also arrested and charged with robbery, kidnapping, and extortion. Her bail was set at $50,000. Next up, Francis Lorenzi, arrested for allegedly secretly filming women in a legal dance studio in Norristown. For some odd reason, this just immediately made me picture someone putting all the footage on a VHS tape. Just low resolution, hours and hours of watching women stretch on tape. Police in Montgomery County are asking for potential victims of an alleged predator to come forward. Francis Lorenzi was arrested earlier this month after hidden cameras were found in the bathroom of his illegal dance studio. Police say 4 victims have come forward, but they say there could be at least 20 victims. I could see this happening to women who just gave the studio a shot once and it sucked, and they said they weren't going back, but they didn't know they were being intentionally recorded. I could see something like that happening. Francis Lorenzi is also known as Frankie G. He is the owner of Frankie G Dance, which he ran in the basement of his home on Kendrick Lane. No. So a guy named Frankie G told you to come to his basement studio. He's going to teach you how to dance like a star. Police say the dance studio was operating illegally because it was unlicensed and most likely in his mom's basement. Allegedly. They also allege he hid a camera in a device that looked like an iPhone charger. Earlier this month, a victim found the camera when she was changing clothes in the bathroom. Police say she noticed it because of a video she saw on TikTok. Previously, the victim saw a video on TikTok warning women of potential hidden cameras that can be hidden in bathrooms, locker rooms, and whatnot. Sergeant James Angelucci of the Norristown Police Department said while she was changing, she saw the camera that was plugged in the wall. She actually inspected the camera, good for you, and saw that there was a disc inserted in the back of the USB hub, and she removed that, and that was supplied to the police. Stand up move. Lorenzi has been released after posting bail. If you think you may have been a victim, you're urged to call Norristown Police. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.